Hi, I'm Sewandi Gunawardana. We are just about to begin a discussion on archaeological heritage management. And to enlighten us on that subject, we have a very special person here. He's Mr. P.B. Mandavela, Senior Lecturer in Archaeology of the University of Sri Jayawardenepura. He's also the immediate past president of ICOMOS Sri Lanka, as well as the Vice President of the Sri Lanka Council of Archaeologists. First of all, sir, I warmly welcome you for this program. Sir, initially I would like to ask you, what is meant by the term heritage?
Yeah, heritage is, as far as we are concerned, that has a lot of meaning, and if you consider it at the simplest form, the heritage is what you have got it from our ancestors or from past. It may be natural and cultural, and when you even consider it cultural, you can call it to divide it to intangible and tangible.
Yes.
And so, in the broader sense, what we have our ancestors has created and passed into us are called as heritage.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So, if I ask you, what sort of threats do heritage sites face?
Yes. Presently, the heritage sites are threatened with various aspects. You know, when they are created, and if there are any shortcomings as the foundations and various things, the details of foundations and various things. So, because of the creation, there are certain threats, as well as due to the present climatic conditions. Those are maybe because of the wind and then water, rain, various aspects are threatening the heritage, and because of that the deterioration process is starting. And the biggest threats in this particular era is the threats that has been created by us, or the man-made threats.
Okay.
And because of that, that is since it could be categorized as various because of the development and maybe usage of various materials, vehicles, and all those things are creating severe problems to the heritage.
Okay.
So, those are the main threats, and the biggest threat is the man-made threats that we have recently created in our present environment.
Yeah, so man is responsible for everything.
Yes.
So, what do you mean by the terminology heritage management? What is it?
Right. Oh, it is a terminology which has been created, in after 90s. And if I start it as this, now if I have already explained the heritage. What do you mean by management? Management is that you have to manage certain things. Now, for example, you said the threats, and to overcome threats, we have to do certain things, and you have to act certain the things that has to ease these problems, and there are various things. So, in order to do that, there are certain the principles or the scientific principles you have to follow. For example, now if you say that an heritage, you have to first identify the heritage, and then you have to after that you have to find the heritage. Sometimes if you do not find the heritage, you have to do excavations and various things, and then you have to conserve the heritage. And the most of it is that you have to conserve the heritage and present it to the future generations. That is our duty. In order to do that, we have to use various resources that is available in the present society. And when you use these resources, you have to use them to fulfill the goals and objectives that you have set.
Okay.
And not only that, you have to use these resources in a most effective and efficient manner. So, when you combine all these management and heritage aspects, that is the action taken to find the heritage and protect the heritage, and then to conserve the heritage and to present it to the future generation. In order to do this action, you have to find the heritage, find the resources, and you have to use these resources most effective and efficient manner in order to present it to the future generation. And this action of finding the resources and using it effectively and efficiently is the actions that you call under the heritage management.
Okay. So, what if someone asks you, why is heritage management important? What are the advantages we get?
Yes. Now, when you think in terms of the heritage management aspects, that there are various acts that you have to do, right? Means that you have to first identify the heritage, and then you have to protect it through legislation, and then you have to find the resources, man, machinery, money, and various things. And then after that, finding the resources, that is all those resources. After that, then you have to do certain investigations, and then from the investigations you have to do the the excavations, and then you have to conserve them, and then after that, then you have to present it to the present generation. Yes. And you have to get the involvement of the present societies, and then you have to get the international cooperation also, and all these things has to be, and then you have to identify the suitable people who has to manage heritage, and all these things come together, and from there the ultimate aim and the goal will be the heritage of a society could be the protected and presented to the future generation, and because of that it will finally create the roots, and it will be the roots of a society, and because of that the managing the heritage is very, very important in order to keep the foundations of a society.
Yes, and I think it also contributes to the national income.
Yes, that's right. That is another aspect. That means, for example, now you can use your heritage to create financial resources which is much needed to protect the heritage without putting that burden into the government, because government has a lot of other things to be done. So, the heritage could be managed and find the resources, financial resources and other resources through international cooperation from the public, and then finally it could be conserved and given to the future generation.
Yes, sir. Now, you just happen to say the involvement of the general public is also important.
Yes.
How can they contribute in preserving their heritage?
Right. That is the most important case as far as I am concerned, because this heritage belongs to the society, and as heritage managers, their duty is to guide the societies to take care on their own heritage. For that, the importance of the participation of the society is very, very important. Now, for example, if a heritage is kept in a particular society on a village, they are the owners of that society. Their ancestors has created that. So, they have to take part in conserving that. If you take a temple, the public, the society could protect the heritage in order through the legislations and legals, identifying the legals, understanding the legal consequences, and they can protect their heritage. For example, they can prevent the vandalisms and various things which will happen to their own temple. And not only that, then in order to protect them or give a new life, they are the people who has to participate, because they are heritage. For example, if a temple roof is leaking, the society, the guardians or the villagers should get into that, and they could repair the roofs without waiting till the departments and department people coming and doing the conservation aspects. And then after that, they can use the heritage also in order to educate their children. The children could come there and they can identify, they can go to the heritage sites, and then they can identify their heritage and their history and various things. For that, the public participation is very, very important, because only by public participation only we could protect the heritage.
Well, thank you very much, sir. As all good things needs to come to an end. Now, I'm sure this would have been a very much thought-provoking, eye-opening and mind-blowing program for all of you. Since now we are clear of what is our responsibility or how can we contribute in preserving our heritage. So thank you very much for being with us, folks. Thank you so much.